Hello and welcome to episode 96 of the Fools on a Hill podcast. I'm Callum and I'm joined by Yanni and Liam. Liam in particular, who has tested my patience to no end this evening. How are we, boys?
Well, I'm fantastic.
You are fantastic.
I'm already stressed. I look like a DJ from like a video game. Like DJ Starlight. And I am DJing on the decks. That's how I feel. I'm just on edge when we're doing like this. But I enjoy it. I like the challenge. No one knows what I'm talking about, do they?
Internet decks, aren't you?
No,
On the OP decks.
Everyone who listened/watched the podcast last week will be pleased to know this way of recording has not got any easier this week. We're hoping in due course that will happen. I'm sorry, I'm going to go out of sync. Apparently I have pony internet, so BT, step up the game.
Absolute horse manure.
You've already gone about. So.
Because we're not 30 seconds in, I don't think. Maybe we are now, so language can come forward. Guys, what have we been doing?
I've done sweet jack shit, so I'll pass it on to you.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I've been doing a lot in the garden last few days. That's what I've been doing.
That's not a lie, he has.
I've built some planters around the outside of the garden, around the perimeters. Yeah. Started yesterday at putting in some, the black kind of, trying to think of the best way to describe it, like weed blocking fabric sort of stuff.
Tarp.
I guess it's kind of tarp material, yeah, but it's not really tarp.
It's a tarp.
It's got to be like, it's got to allow water through, obviously. I've started to kind of start pinning that up in the shape of the borders, which has taken a while. It took me like a couple of hours to do about a third. So, yeah, still a continuous job. And then started yesterday and finished today. A nice little step down from the decking.
Nice.
Which I did wrong at least 3 times. Just kept forgetting that I needed to leave a bit for something, or, because I wanted the decking to be either side and make it look nice. And just kept fucking it up. But I was finished tonight, which is nice.
Now, can I just ask, because I was there when, you were doing some of it, is this step that you're on about for just Mango the dog, or is it for human use also?
It's definitely for human use. It's fucking massive. It's about as big as the decking. It's so big. Lydia wanted it massive. It's about this big.
Okay. Wow, that's pretty massive.
Yeah, you can definitely stand on it. It's very secure. It's, I'm pretty good at building things like that now. Pretty good at making solid objects of wood. I'm a wood bender. If you were in the world of Avatar and in the world of Aang, I would bend wood with my mind. I love wood.
He does love wood.
Give me wood.
I bend right.
Sorry? Yanni, what have you been up to?
Yeah.
I just wanted to see how you two would get out of that. What have I been up to? I've completed Hogwarts Legacy, the main quest, and all the side quests actually. We did all that.
Wow.
Tapped on over the headphones. Wow. That is a look. I have. I went to Wales on the weekend. I
Come around, babe.
have seen Liam doing the work, so everything he's just said is true.
You just watched it, didn't think to help?
Uncertain image.
I helped move some plant. Well, they weren't even in the pots yet. Plants to where they're going to be. Well, they're probably not going to be there anymore. But I moved them to where the perimeter building thing was.
He did nothing. That is next to nothing.
Oh yeah, I'm not claiming
to
it's hard work.
As nothing.
Close to nothing as nothing.
To be fair, when Yanni turned up, I just finished. Is that right? Or was I near finished?
You were just putting like the end pieces on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, which took him far longer than it needed to be honest.
After
so when he says he spent a whole day of it, I feel like there's been a lot of procrastination.
I had to mal it in.
Emphasis on the ass in that.
10
Liam,
steaks.
for the love of God, take that fucking cap off.
I feel like it's a look.
Yeah, it's a shit one, mate.
Kind of like when Pharrell wears that big hat.
No, you look nothing like Pharrell.
No?
No,
How's
Much
this look?
better. Much better.
much better. Yeah,
Filthy hat.
mucho's better. So yeah, that's been about it, I believe.
We live such interesting lives.
So interesting for you.
So interesting for
So
you.
interesting for
One
you.
thing that is not interesting to me, but I want to know if
Oh,
it's
sorry.
interesting to either of you.
Oh.
Brilliant.
I don't care, Cal. I also went to watch Guardians of the Galaxy 3. It was very good. I thought.
Does it stand up to the other ones?
Yeah, like 1, 2, 3, put them next to each other, goes up numerically. It works.
That's really
No, but it's also very
really
good.
stupid.
Well, I'm glad you put it in for that. That couldn't have just been spoken about after. Queens of the Stone Age are teasing new stuff. Are you bothered? Because I'm not.
Look, I like Queens of the Stone Age, especially the music.
Oh.
Did you think I was going to say one person in the band? Because no, I do like Queens of the Stone Age, to be honest. So I am excited. The last album had a couple of good songs, although I feel like the thing that made Queens of the Stone Age was a bit lost in it. So I hope this is more of a return to the tones and sounds of them. Favorite album by them is Songs for the Deaf, which is, just checking now, 21 years old.
Wow, that's a drink.
Old.
We were going to do a
Okay.
classic last year, but I think
You and Liam
So
didn't know it
very
that well enough.
I think it's through a busy period, and we just were like, "No, I can't be bothered trying."
I
to
don't
do
know enough anyway.
it." But yeah, it sounded quite heavy from the teasers that I've watched. But
I'm also, speaking of teasers, I have seen that Daft Punk, they're releasing like a deluxe version or extended version of Random Access Memories, which features like loads of behind the scenes of making of, and also a demo with Julian Casablanca and the Voids, and it's from 2013, which technically makes it the last ever Daft Punk song that will be released in 2 days from the time we're recording this. So hopefully it's all right, because
They didn't release anything after Random Access Memories. Wow. So they stuck around for a long time before calling it quits.
yeah.
And did nothing in that time.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm very excited for that, because Instant Crush, unbelievable song. Daft Punk did feature on a couple of songs, but in terms of like their own music that they've released, it's going to be the last thing that they will have ever done.
Well.
So yeah, I'm excited about that.
well, that
Just
makes
so you
one of
know.
us.
Wow, what a bitch.
It might be good. Who knows?
Do you know what? Do you know what else I spotted today? I know I sent you a thing about this, Yanni. That Disney are celebrating their 100th anniversary this year. 100 years of Disney. That's right, 100. And as part of that, they're releasing some of their best films, scores, soundtracks on vinyl, re-releasing them. It's the classic Snow White, Lion King, blah blah. And there's Tarzan on a beautiful green vinyl, which if you watched last week, I'm very interested in that. I think I might pick up a copy because it's a great soundtrack. But they are releasing records of some of my favourite films, such as Toy Story. I peeked a bit there and I hope it did. Which I was intrigued at. And so it said music from Toy Story. So it wasn't like the first Toy Story soundtrack. It was music from Toy Story. So I'm thinking, right, it's going to be the hits across the 4 films. 4 films. Had a look at the soundtrack. There are 6 songs. This is £25 release. 6 songs. There isn't even the original version of You've Got a Friend in Me. They've got the Spanish version from Toy Story 3. They haven't got the original. They've got, some of the hits there, don't get me wrong, but they haven't even got that. They've got nothing from Toy Story 4, which I know, I don't blame them. But still, 6 songs for £25 is just ridiculous.
Are there any actual Randy Newman songs on that then, or not?
Yeah, so there's the one about we will go on sailing or something like that.
Is that the one where Buzz is falling?
Yeah, when he's on
that
over
is
the banister.
one of the most heartbreaking scenes in any film ever.
Absolutely. I Will Go Sailing No More, it's called. Strange Things is on there, also from the first Toy Story. When She Loved Me from Toy Story 2, one of the most heartbreaking songs of all time. That still makes me cry every time I hear that song. And then there's the Spanish version of You've Got a Friend in Me, and then I can't remember what the other two are. The song from Woody's Roundup. Oh
yeah.
And something else. But yeah, that's it. They've also got a Cars release, which again is music from across the 3 films. I think that had 8 songs or 9 songs on or something like that.
There are 3 Cars films.
Yeah.
How is that information to you?
I thought there was only 1.
Cars films. I mean, there's only one that matters. Yeah, the second one was like a spy film thriller. I mean, I can't believe you don't see it.
What the fuck is that?
You need to watch Cars 2, it's pretty good. And then Cars 3 goes back to Radio Spring. But like, I mean, that's got Life as a Highway on, which might be worth 25 quid. You could just probably buy the album that Life as a Highway is on. But yeah, I just think that's crazy anyway, that's what I want to say.
Wow.
That's all I want to
You
say.
said it.
Robbing
You said
bastards.
it now.
Robbing bastards. Disney? Robbing bastards? No.
Disney, that family-owned company, Disney. Shocking behaviour, that. Absolutely shocking. I and you and we all got a record this week. Callum, you'll get it soon.
Oh, well.
It is an album we're going to be covering very shortly, but I do just want to talk about the record before we go into all of that. It was, get ready for the non-drum roll, Everything Harmony by the Lemon Twigs. Now, we pre-ordered the album. I believe it was purple. Is it purple, the record, the main record?
It's a lovely purple.
Lovely purple that I can see clearly. It also came with a flexi disc. Yes, it did. I've not listened to that song actually yet, but I went to put on the record, and the start of the second side skips like a motherfucker. Liam, now you said you hadn't listened to that.
Can we say it right now?
Yeah, go on.
It's on
gonna
the
be some
record
sort
player.
of
Do it.
Shit, ain't it?
Yeah, it's going to be quite...
We're not getting money from
I'll be
this,
able
is
to
it?
hear it from the record player, so I won't...
No need to shout.
Is this long? This is pretty long.
Is this long?
Right. What a view this is.
What? Okay, I'll put your eye on the board.
So...
Lovely photo of you in the wardrobe there, mate.
Can you see it?
On the left.
That's me on the left.
Yanni, how soon does it skip?
Anyway, would you like to carry on your point, Yanni? Because otherwise we just have dead air.
Yanni, does it get completely stuck?
Yeah, just loops.
Okay, so I'm just going to leave it now, and if it goes past the first song, then I don't have the issue. So this is the test happening.
Okay. And it just keeps on skipping. It's really annoying that it happens. And it's just that first song on the second side. Nothing else skips. No other problems with the record. Just that one song. But really frustrates me. And I was just intrigued to see if you'd had the same problem. But we are finding out. You're yet to find out.
I am. I'll find out next week. Quite a controversial.
Sorry, can I just check before we move on from that?
I wasn't moving on.
Oh, go on then, Carl. Sorry. Hit us.
It's quite controversial for you to just leave records on your player. I know you've got a lid.
I had to run the other day, and I've just not come back to it. It's
you
covered.
don't run.
It's covered. I just while we're on the chat of this situation, I just the other day, while I've been doing busy jobs, I've drilled a hole. I can't see because it's the wrong side, but on the opposite side to this side, that side.
Yeah. Yes.
I've drilled a hole inside the cupboard, and then I've drilled a hole under the floorboard and then under the other side of the threshold, if you will, so that I can have this new big boy cable,
Nice.
RCA, and it'll be completely hidden. It'll be under the carpet. You won't see it at all, and that's what Dream's made of. Truly. Yanni, how soon did it start skipping?
Straight away.
Okay.
You stand up like that.
Yeah, mine is absolutely fine.
Fuck.
I'm really interested to know how I stood up. I'm gonna watch this back. No, I hate
It was
it.
just very stiff.
Well,
Yeah. Like that.
No, yeah, mine seems to be going perfectly fine, unless it skipped and then kind of sorted itself out.
well, you've had a bit of a mare there, Yanni, mate.
Sorry about that.
Mad Yanni. I.
Could have been
sorry,
any of
I
us.
know.
Could have been
It's
any of us.
going round and all over the place, but this is how conversations happen in life. Geese released a new song, Mysterious Love. Did anyone else listen to that?
Not all the way through, but I
Geese.
liked what I heard.
Geese.
Yes, I've listened to it. I've listened to it a couple of times. It's great. It's quite different, isn't it, to the other two?
Yes.
Sonically.
Oh.
Um,
And all them coins.
But I looked on the
Print.
track list, and the first two singles are right next to each other on the track list. I can't remember which one's first, but they're together towards the
3D.
top. Great. And this new song, which is called what again?
Mysterious Love.
Mysterious Love, is kind of further down towards the bottom. And that's made me feel really excited.
I've just seen there's a 7-minute song on myself.
I love it. I can't wait. I listened back to Projector the other day. Is it called Projector?
You're.
I'm saying Projector
Guess
really
it's good,
confidently as if that's definitely what
I
it's
think
called.
it is. You know. It is.
Let's go with Projector. I listened to
Projector.
Projector the other day. Projector. And it's I think it's a pretty solid album, pretty solid debut album, especially. I think the new singles blow out the water completely. But considering where they were starting, and just kind of mapping out the distinction between the new singles and that album, I feel like this new album is going to be fucking incredible.
When's it being released?
It's the end of June, I think.
June. I
22nd
think, yeah.
or something like that.
Not too far away. I'll get
It's-
another single before that time.
It's a little ways away, but we'll get there, you know?
Maybe.
We will get there.
I really hope they don't do that whole thing of here's a single a day before we release the album.
That's pointless, yeah.
Annoys me. The Dare as well. Almost didn't mention it. Announcing
Dare?
an EP.
Yeah.
Very, very excited about that. We love
Yeah,
the Dare.
It's called
here
Sex.
Of course it is.
It's called the Sex EP. That's what I saw referred to on Instagram. I don't know if it's called the Sex EP or Sex, but either way, that's it's gonna be
Do you
great.
reckon we'll ever get a collaboration between the Dare and Big Wet? That'll just be a
Oh,
cacophony,
wow.
a cacophony of
Imagine.
juices flying everywhere.
Jesus Christ, that'd
That'd
be something. I really want him to release it on vinyl. I know
Yes.
that's so boring standard, but like I do really want that on vinyl.
I can imagine it being a nice silver vinyl.
Yeah.
Just in my mind, just, you know.
Yeah, you're so right. It's totally silver.
I mean, I think the artwork's orange, isn't it?
Okay.
So, well, hang on.
no, it's like
Orange.
it's like a few bodies.
Is it? Where's the orange?
Yeah, well, they're not having two people.
It's
Role
it's
playing,
like
having
four people
sex.
that kind of like sat on each other's laps and stuff. I think it is called the Sex EP.
Nice. Yeah, it makes
which
sense.
is a
It's
lot
the
of.
sex.
I should have safe search turned on because this is
Have you just
I'm
typed
getting
in the sex?
bad
Have you?
stuff here.
Because that'd be
Um,
why.
Yeah. Boobs. I just searched for boobs. No, it's there it is. I think. Yeah, there's like a speaker stack,
Alright.
and there's a girl bent over it with a lad behind it, and then in front of it is a
Presumptuous.
presumptuous. There are two people. One's bent over, one's stood behind, and then there's someone lay on the floor and someone sat on top. But they're all
Nice.
clothed. They are all fully clothed.
That sounds like sex to me.
There's some sex going on. Let me tell you.
Yeah, but if that was a silver record, that'd be good. I'd also like a clear record. That'd be.
Fuck Clear Records, man.
No, fuck you.
I think it needs to be silver because that feels sleazy in a way,
Yeah.
or
A disco ball silver.
or clear with white specks.
Little cum
Like
stains.
little cum drops. Yeah. Hey, little cum drops in my hair. That's
Nice.
exactly like that.
Well, boys, I think enough clowning around.
Cal wants to move on.
It's time. Liam gets his little joey for the evening,
Penis. Oh.
and he's going to introduce the next part of the podcast with a nice little jingle.
I am. It's an album spotlight.
Jingle's so nice.
It is. It's a very nice one, that, isn't it? It's not
Thanks,
nice when you
Ed.
listen to it 6,000 times while you're
Oh,
setting
yeah.
up. But it's a nice one.
You're welcome. Everything in Harmony by the Lemon Twigs. That is the album. We're going to talk about it in a different way to usual, apparently, because
Yeah, we're not doing track by track, are we?
Whoa,
We're
Liam,
free
you
for all.
interrupted me like that, you
I'm kicking
bitch.
off with the free for all here. Fuck you and your thoughts.
Yeah, we're not going to do it like usual, but I am. So the first
This
song,
guy.
When Winter Comes Around, that's a good enough opener. Good enough opener.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna interject, boys. I've listened to this album a few times, but I can't differentiate anything other than the singles, except for this one and one later. And I really like it. I like all the sounds. I'm not surprised that I like what it sounds like. The harmonies are fantastic. It's just a nice album, and that's pretty much me.
Yeah.
It's just lovely, isn't it? It just doesn't surprise me. It delivered on what I expected from the singles.
I think you're spot on. I think what they've gone for here, and kind of having a slight knowledge of what they were doing beforehand, they've really seemed to reach their kind of pinnacle of this, 60s, 70s style
Yeah.
and beyond. And, calling the album Everything Harmony. The harmonies throughout, musically and vocally are incredible. They hit so many different styles, so many different kind of tempos and moods and things like that through the whole album. I actually am like, every time I listen to it, I'm astonished at like how much they've managed to cram into this album. I know it's 13 songs, but it doesn't feel that long. The songs aren't that long, and there's so much going on from song to song. That I just enjoy listening to it so much. I mean,
Yeah.
there are certain songs. I think the singles were probably the right songs to be the singles. I don't
Definitely.
think we get better than the singles. It doesn't get much worse, but they're definitely the best ones. But there's just every song is great. There are certain parts in different songs that really get to me, like in my head when they sing again and again and again and again, that kind of melody. Love that, absolutely love that. And every time it comes on, I want to kiss it.
Yeah, the singles definitely highlights for me. They definitely pick the right ones, like you say. I do feel like there are some song placements that don't fit right, though. For example, I Don't Belong to Me. I felt it was in a bad place when I was listening through it. I felt like this didn't seem like a good way for this album to go at this point. But it's a good song. In my head, obnoxiously catchy in like the best kind of way. I mean, when I've been with you, you just keep constantly going in my head every 2 seconds, but it is just what you want to do with it. All the singles, Corner of My Eye, slaps. Any Time of Day, I've just put Jay-Z meme for that. Great. I thought that when it changed to What You Were Doing, it was an enjoyable change of pace at that point. Every Day is the worst day of my life. How they've managed to make that song so good is just testament really to them as songwriters, because It's literally 2 lines. I think
I
Liam, you
said this to
mentioned.
you, didn't I?
Yeah.
When I opened the record, I was looking at the lyric sheet and I couldn't. I was like, "Where's every day's the worst day of my life?" I just couldn't see it on the record sheet scanning over, and then I eventually spotted it right at the bottom, and it was just 2 lines, obviously, because only 2 lines, and I had not realised up until that point
No.
that there's only 2 lines in the song.
I didn't know that.
You
Yeah,
fool.
it
Right
doesn't-
You
And
foolish
I
people.
really love that song.
feels like there's so much more, and all they sing is "Every day is the worst day of my life," and then the second line is "the worst day of my
Yeah.
life." That's literally it. It's basically one
crazy.
line.
Well, that's testament to the songwriting, I suppose.
Well, it's an echo there, isn't it?
I think that's testament to the songwriting. To be honest.
And one other sort of standout for me was Ghost Run Free, because that sounded very different.
Yeah.
When that came on, I was quite surprised by it. But yeah, I would say that towards the second half of the album, there are a couple of songs where it doesn't quite have the same appeal as the first half. But I mean, it's still enjoyable to listen to those songs.
Mhm.
Maybe it just would have been better if they spread out the singles a bit more over the album, so that you're getting really good ones throughout the whole thing instead of just in the first half. But yeah, like I said, they're still like decent songs anyway. There's nothing wrong with them. So I'm pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, I think I kind of get what you're saying around going right back to when you started now, around "I Don't Belong to Me," the placement. However, I did feel like when I was listening to it, and I've only listened to the first half on vinyl, and "Every Day is the Worst Day of My Life" is the last song on that side. It kind of felt right that was just before it, and I think it actually plays nicely into that as the end of the first side, personally. And then the second side is a bit slower, as you say. Some beautiful moments, like the second half of "What Happens to a Heart" is like incredible, very kind of Beatles-esque.
Great chorus in it as well by that song.
Yeah, unbelievable. The only one for me that really kind of, I still think it's a great song. It just is quite samey the whole way through. It's "Born to Be Lonely." Is at that point it's a little bit slow, but then "Ghost Run Free" comes in, as you say, which is a bit different. That kicks it back up again. But yeah, I just think there's some great variety. Some great, Beatles-esque kind of sounds. A lot of Elliott Smith sound and stuff, which I guess again comes from Beatles. And just really just like brilliant songwriting. Really good.
Definitely.
I agree. It's all my fault. I've not spent as much time with the album that I wanted to, but I've really enjoyed what I have spent with it. Song neither of you have really mentioned is "Everything Harmony." That stood out to me when I was doing my final cram listen this afternoon. That was just on in the background. That one kind of really piqued my interest. And I don't really remember "New to Me," if I'm honest, but I kind of feel like "Everything Harmony" could have been the ender.
Yeah, I think so.
We're getting to the point where what I say with most albums that are over 30, 35 minutes long, where I genuinely do feel like the album, if it had been 3 songs shorter, we would be talking like fantastic territory. And it's very, very good, but I don't know. I just think 50 minutes is quite a slog in it. It's great. No, I don't mean that. It's great. No, it's great, but if it had been 35 minutes, there's, I'd have preferred that.
Yeah, we know.
This could have been a deluxe album.
I suppose. I definitely agree that "Everything Harmony" could have been the closer. Although I do think the very end to "New to Me" is a beautiful way to end the album. I don't know if the full song is a great last song. I hope that makes sense. But yeah, "Everything Harmony" is really nice. That kind of it's just like pure strings almost the whole way through. Apart from maybe like there's like organs or something. There's so much kind of like different rhythms and stuff from the strings that it's really kind of really pretty, and kind of just like feels like it's part of like some weird film that's like, that reminds me of like "Call Me by Your Name" or something. That kind of the score to that has a lot of strings and stuff on it. I don't know unless you've seen that film. Not really. It's just a bad reference point, but yeah, great anyway.
Yeah, that was nice and succinct. I like that new way of talking about it. Where it's a bit more chatty. Has anybody got anything else they would like to say?
I've got nothing more to add to that. I feel like I've said everything I need to.
No,
Well, I don't want to toot our own horn, but that was very nice and flowy. And now it's time to rate the album. And I always start with this.
I'll rate every single one of you.
And I feel like
I'll rate you.
it's probably a little bit
Presumptuous.
yeah, that's a good word. But I'm going to give it an 8 because I've really enjoyed my time with it. I just haven't given it as much in-depth attention that it deserved.
well, I think that's a great starting point. As someone who's given it more attention, I'm happy to up that to a 9.
Wow.
I mean, 10's hard territory to reach, but
You're right.
it's it's not far.
And it's
off.
definitely not a 10. So it'd be weird if you gave it that. I'm also going to give it, Cal, an 8.
Making my job hard.
Okay.
Make your job so hard.
So that then gives us a combined foolish score of 8 out of 10. Ding dong, ding dong. I fucked something up here. Let me fix it quickly before it gets. Oh no! Oh no!
Oh, fucking hell.
Doing this live. Oh no! Lost it.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Hang on. No. No. 8 out of 10.
Yay.
Live production, guys. Fun.
Fantastic. Now, you'd be forgiven if you thought this was the end of the podcast.
We'll forgive you.
We'll forgive you. But you are so wrong. Aren't they, boys? How wrong am I?
They're idiots.
So
I'm not gonna let them off.
stupidly wrong.
So wrong.
Because we have more.
But we do have more. And we're potentially going to ruin every bit of visual aspect we have. But I do really trust Liam. And after 12 years of friendship, that is blind faith. But we're going to go into a little rank off session, aren't we, boys? Little circle jerk.
We are.
Yep.
And here we are.
That sounds like a rank gong to me.
Oh, lovely. What are we ranking over this week?
Crack on. I'm sorry, I know this is very annoying, but it's your fault, Colin. You are so very out of sync.
Who cares, man?
Okay. I mean, you're out of sync with your own audio. That's the issue.
Just move your mic up a bit.
No one's watching me.
Yeah, that's a very good
You're
point.
right. You are spot on.
If you haven't guessed already, we are ranking Gorillaz. The Gorillaz? Gorillaz.
Just Gorillaz.
Le Gorillaz? Le Gorillaz.
Gorillas.
This is the top 10 tracks as voted for by... Is this Indie Heads? Is it Indie Heads?
I think it is.
Indie Heads on Reddit. Yeah.
Indie Heads on Reddit. Indie Heads subreddit. Voted these as the top 10 tracks from the Gorillaz. Do we normally run off what they are? Shall I run off what they are?
No.
Okay, great. Work out as we go along, guys.
Straight into it, I believe.
So the first one we have...
Are we good to go visually?
Yeah, totally. We're already...
Oh,
It was all prepared.
He just need to do the whole up thing.
No.
Like me.
No.
It's so hot.
Okay, you really giddy.
I am aroused.
So I'm throbbing.
Oh, the only thing is you can't see it, can you?
I'm not seeing a single thing.
We
Oh,
just
sorry.
put that blind faith that we spoke
Oh,
about.
sorry
Talking
about
blind
that.
faith. We should probably rank Chasing Status soon.
What,
the
just that
first-
album?
Probably, yeah. It's the only one of note, apart from a few Plan B tunes.
Pieces.
First track is November Has Come. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, boys. This is a new one for me. What about you?
Well, you can show your own ignorance there. I've never heard this before.
Really? Now if you've ever heard the song before?
Oh, shut up. You've never heard it before either.
Absolutely I've heard it. I don't
No.
count myself as the Gorillaz guy here, but I've 100% heard the song before.
Gorillaz guy, you're hairy enough.
Do you not recognise the hook in it? The bit that Damon sings?
The hook.
The hook.
The Peter.
You hear lingo. I
Sure.
have I have gone through and listened to every Gorillaz song to ever exist.
But you've never heard this one.
But this hasn't stuck with me, and that should show you my feelings towards the song. MF Doom is the rapper on this.
Oh, okay.
There's some factuals for you.
I love factuals.
I would say this is so weird not being able to see the actual like.
Yeah, I know. I don't even know what
I
tier.
forgot
what's
what
the
the
last tier?
alphabet is. I don't know if you know what the alphabet is. I would say it's a C. It's a decent song, but it's not one that I choose to actually put on. I don't think it's bad though by any means. It's just not really for me.
Is D bottom tier?
D is bottom tier. Yeah, D
Yeah,
through
no,
A and then Slapper.
Yeah, I agree with a C there. Ioannis.
Thank you, Colin.
Yeah, I do like the hook. I like the sounds and stuff, but as a song itself, I don't think it's great. Excuse me, Yanni. Sorry for adding a bit of flavour to the conversation. No, it's going in C, guys. It's going in C. It's in C. Okay? The next one
Really
we've
seems
got...
like you got that minstrel off the floor then.
Sounds like what?
Yeah, he just got a minstrel, showed it to the camera, but it really looked like he got it off the floor. Like he'd found it under his desk and he went, oh yeah, go on then.
Doesn't surprise me. Next up from Song Machine Season 1 is Aries featuring Peter Hook and Georgia.
I'm extremely biased towards this song, so it is a slapper for me.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie to you boys. I thought I didn't know this one before we started doing this, but I was so wrong. Yeah, it is hard.
I remember this coming out and I was talking about Song Machine and all that jazz, but from the moment I heard this song, it was like the song I listened to on repeat for months. The bass line by Peter Hook, it's what you want in life, and I think Damon shines on this. It's great. There is someone else featured on it, but I can't remember.
Georgia.
That's it, Georgia. Don't know what they provide, but something good because the song's great.
I mean, I'd put this in an A. I wouldn't say it's a slapper. Not gonna lie, guys. But
You're overruled, aren't you?
I guess it's going in slapper. Yeah.
Do you know what? Fuck it. A.
What?
Oh, brutal.
No, you can't be doing
Nah.
that.
Cal was on the
sorry.
Cal was on the buzz train there. I knew it wasn't. It wasn't real.
Nah.
Nah.
No, I
What?
do agree. Nah, it's an A. I'm afraid. Sorry.
Christ. Had a backbone, Cal.
Well, there we have it. Next up, it's worth mentioning that nothing off the new albums here, just in case anyone thought there was anything missing.
Good.
It was done before the release of the latest album. Dirty Harry is the next track.
I mean,
The second from Demon Days.
am I the first one to say it?
Go on then.
Slapper.
I don't enjoy Booty Brown in the song.
Oh yeah, you spot
I
on.
enjoy every other aspect of this song. Every other
Yeah,
aspect
no,
of the song
you're
is a slapper until he gets involved.
Yeah, it's an A. I forgot about that part. I blanked that part
And
out.
it's a
when I was-
massive shame. I could almost be convinced to put it down to a B, but I'm gonna say A. But like, no, Booty Brown ruins it. Like, it just does not need that aspect of the song. I don't feel. I'm sorry.
Well, this is a song that I very rarely actually put on, but when it comes on, I'm having a great time. So it's on me, but at the same time,
Here we go.
oh, can't say you now, Liam, but you know.
Can you
That'll
make do?
Yeah, I can make do.
Remind me to change it back.
No.
I think I'd probably be a bit closer to B on this one. I'm not gonna lie to you.
What did you say, Liam?
I'm saying, like, I think everything about it's a slapper apart from Booty Brown, which could take it to a B. So I'm somewhere between there and
Must
there.
be awful.
Well, okay. Well, I've said A, so I don't know how you want to work that out. D.
The problem is, when he comes in, the bass is gnarly as well. It's so good, but like, it doesn't match the song. But I love all of it up until that point, so it feels harsh putting it in a B. It's going in a B.
Okay.
There we go. Old Stylo with Most Def, Bobby Womack.
Slapper.
Yeah, this one's straight up there.
First from Plastic
Absolutely.
Beach. This song is incredible.
This slaps so hard everywhere in everyone's faces.
Most Def sounds great. He comes in and really
They
adds to the
played
song.
this at Prima and it was an experience and a half.
It's just
I don't know why I'm doing this from mouth, but it's great.
pure vibey vibes, you know?
Vibey
All up
vibes.
in the ear. No, it's great. Everything about it is
All right,
just the
Liam.
groove.
All right.
Do you not want to talk about the songs? Okay,
Yeah.
fine. Have I moved that yet?
I think this one is quite. It really reminds me of like a specific time. Like we quite often talk about like enemy era, and I relate it to the vaccines and shit like that. But this does remind me of like early high school.
Yeah.
So there is nostalgia.
I remember watching a music video in the morning before work. School before work.
Big Bruce. Big Bruce. But if we take the nostalgia away, it does slap hard. So I think it's fair.
I think I enjoy it more now, than I did back then.
I think you're right.
I do.
I'm right about my opinion on it.
Yeah,
I think
my
your
thoughts
opinion
on it.
is right. Yeah.
Next up, it's there. Woo!
Oh.
This is one of those songs that just depends when I hear it, because it's either great or I just skip it because I've overheard it.
Right. Yeah. See, this and one that we're going to talk about in a bit has what I am now going to start to call the 42s effect, where that is all I associate with it. You could also put Cuckoo and Chester in there, but we'll talk about 42s because I feel like that's more universal. Where I will probably never listen to this song unless I'm getting pissed. Yeah, no, I don't know what's going on with my voice this week. My tonsils feel a little bit inflamed, so I feel like there's something going on.
Oh,
but yeah, I just won't put this song on for my own enjoyment, which is a shame because it objectively is, or subjectively, whichever one it is. We need to really learn that.
Easy.
It is great, but yeah, for me, it just doesn't really hit the spot anymore.
This one for me tends to come on my Spotify playlist a lot. I don't know if you guys get that with your playlists, that you seem to get the same few songs quite often. This one comes up quite often, and I very rarely skip it. I still think it's a bop. I enjoy it. I think it's a slapper.
Oh, well, okay. I would say A, just because it has the tendency to not be something I always want to listen to, but I do agree it's very good still.
Yeah, no, I think I put it in A as well. Hopefully, I come back around to it where I can listen to it for pleasure.
Hopefully, mate.
I hope.
Not that yet.
Sincerely. Next up is the first from the debut album, self-titled. It's Clint Eastwood.
Wow.
Right. So my only problem with this is that it goes on for too long.
It does.
Like, extremely too long. That's how you'd word that sentence. But the bits that aren't the outro, so memorable, so ingenious. All these people moaning about, oh, we just found a preset on a
that's what I was going to ask.
Get up.
Oh, yeah,
The
shut
fact
up.
he did that and turned it into such a good song.
Yep.
Pure art.
Well, that answers my question.
Yeah,
So, your question's been answered, boy, before you even asked it. Wavelengths.
That's just
wow.
I'm between Slapper and A. So
I mean, I
I'm gonna
don't want to. Whatever the word is, my brain has stopped working. But I'm putting in Slapper, so do with that information what you will.
Let's just say slapper then, shall we?
All right. Well, what, Liam? What are your comments on this song?
It's just
I'm getting out of it.
It's a classic, innit? Do you know what I mean? It's an absolute classic.
Yeah.
It gets the party going. It's
Well, not
it's
really.
just it's just so well done, and like the juxtaposition between like the between Damon and it's Dell, isn't it? This is Dell the Funky Homosapien.
Adele. I don't think she was around at this point.
Thanks,
She was
Yanni.
alive.
Thank you so much.
There's a great remix of this as well.
Adele,
I'm not
the
really.
Funky Homosapien.
Yeah,
Liam did say that not 10 seconds ago.
Yeah, juxtaposition between those two parts
not
are
10
really
seconds
good. Anyway, Carl, sorry, crack on.
Yeah, it's a great remix of this. I wish I knew what the remix was because I'm not really a remix kind.
Oh, is that the like?
Remix.
No, I'm not going to do it because it's just going to be culturally insensitive. I think.
I wouldn't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know what
it
you
is.
mean,
It
It is that one.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. But
we
we all knew. We all knew.
Uh,
They played that at Prima as well.
They did.
It was a fantastic time.
Yeah,
Well,
it was interesting for sure.
For sure.
And
it goes a little like this. What's the next song?
next
Liam?
one is we're back to Plastic Beach, and we've got Rhinestone Eyes. Now, I'm just going to come out right now and say this is one of the slappiest slappers I think we've ever had the pleasure of slapping. I love
can't
this
wait
song.
To disappoint you.
Oh my god, how can you not say anything positive about this song?
No.
I'm going to say something positive.
As a little FIFA boy, this was on. What would it have been? FIFA 10, maybe.
I thought it felt. I was having FIFA vibes from it, so yeah, maybe that.
It was definitely on FIFA. Yeah, FIFA 10, between 10 and 12, I'd imagine. So there's that for me as well. But yeah, no, I agree with you, Liam. It's the slappiest of slappers.
I want to say A, just before you carry on.
Fair enough. I wasn't really that bothered at the time because I think I was,
a little puss boy.
I heard it all the time on FIFA. But now coming back around, this is one of the first that I put on when I listen to Gorillaz.
Yeah, it's great. The synth sounds are great. The electric bit is just, I love it. Anyway, next one, still on Plastic Beach here. Is, Plastic Beach dominating this top 10 here. We have Empire Ant featuring Lil Dragon.
This is one that I wasn't that familiar with. However, fucking great. Really had a great time listening to this.
I'm not really familiar with it either, but I mirror your thoughts there, Yanni. But I feel like it's it's got the potential to slap, but for my life so far, I can't possibly say such a
identical thoughts.
Preposterous thing. So go on.
Listen, straight up mirrors here, guys. Everything you said the same. I feel the same. I would say, I feel like the build up, the intros are a little bit too long. But when it comes in, it's great. And yeah, I wasn't as familiar with it, but I think it's a fair A.
Yeah, A.
It's a fair A.
It's a fair A. Fair A. Feel good. Feel good.
This was one that I said
42s.
I put it in with Dare. Yeah, it's the 42s effect.
But it is just great. It is just
I think I prefer Dare.
What?
But because I don't listen to Dare as much. But objectively, it is fantastic. That bass line is something else.
Iconic.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I'll put it up there. It's a slapper. Yeah.
I will be furious if you two don't put this in the slapper territory.
Well,
and I might even have to play my card. My slapper card.
Shit, you don't need to. It's a slapper. This song is like from the actual songwriting to the production. There's so many little things that you don't really pay attention to when you just listen to it casually. It's so well made. It's 100% slapper. 100%. And now we've reached the number one best Gorillaz song as according to Indie Heads on Reddit. And we're back once more to Plastic Beach for the final time. Upon Melancholy Hill.
Calling all slappers out there.
Absolutely. This is actually the best Gorillaz song. So well done, Indie Heads.
I can't.
I struggle to argue. I want to argue with you, but for some reason
I don't feel like I agree, but I can't argue with it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a beautiful song, and it really is. It's very melancholic. It's very.
It's exactly what it says on the tin.
It is, and it feels very nostalgic. I mean, it is from, as you say, from 2010. It's a time that for all of us is very nostalgic, and we're very nostalgic for. But it just encapsulates any feeling of It reminds me of being on a seaside holiday, and I think of very specific holidays in places where
living in Rill.
It's been raining.
Life was a seaside holiday.
Yeah, very true. But
wow.
I remember
lyrics.
one trip to 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 the lakes when it was very rainy, and that was only in the last like 5-10 years. But it makes me think of that, and it just makes me think of that kind of like just a good time in a quite kind of not so blatantly, obviously positive time.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
I think that's what it. Yeah, it's
Bit of a
got that
melancholic
effect.
time, you could say.
Yeah, it's melancholic. It's weird
exactly.
because I listen to this song and I feel like it's soppy now. Everything's gonna be all right.
Yeah.
Mm.
But you read the lyrics, you're like, oh, heavy. But then musically and everything, the production on it, on Damon's vocals, that effect he's got going on, fantastic. The little sounds going on with the synths, the little wow that go on. I'm not going to replicate that again.
That was perfect.
Thank you. It's just great, and the tempo of it is just perfect. Just sort of, it's going along, and you're being carried in its wave.
Wow.
Well, today was the first time I've ever seen the single artwork for it, and can I just say it honks? It's awful. I hate it.
Yeah, it is horrific. Yeah.
Yeah, really gross, really unnecessary. I don't need that in my life. No one needs that. Unhappy times. But it's guys, it's gonna be okay.
It's gonna be okay.
It's gonna be okay.
I'm gonna go and listen to On Melancholy Hill.
I'm playing it right now in my ears.
I've had that on the whole time we've been talking.
I've not listened to a single word you said.
Again, do we run down these or are we done?
No.
No, we never do that. Liam, did you watch our videos back? Because someone has to.
Not at
Do you
all.
participate in our videos?
Clearly not. Well, let's rank off over. I'm leaving it. I'm leaving the screen, okay?
He's leaving it.
You leave that screen.
I hope you enjoyed that ranking. We enjoyed it. I think Damon has his fingers in some of the best music to ever exist, ever. Evident by our Blur rank that we've also done, which is going to be linked nowhere. Just go to our YouTube channel and search for it.
I'll link it.
Blur are apparently the greatest band in the world.
Yeah.
Apart from that one song none of us knew.
We
all quite liked it.
Yeah, it was alright. But I do believe that brings an end to the episode. Episode 96, as I mentioned before. We're so steadily creeping up to the big 100 mark, which we do have something special planned. I mean, we could tell you now, but
No,
we're just gonna
No,
shove it down your throats when the time comes.
Permission will be required first, obviously.
Obviously,
as
that
it
goes without
always
saying, Yanni.
should be.
That goes without saying. But yeah, I'm excited for that. I hope everyone else is. And I hope everyone's had a bloody good time. Let us know what your favourite Gorillaz song is, please. We would like the comments on YouTube.
We would like them, and we will like them. If they're valid. If they're not valid, then no, that you're not getting a like. Absolutely not.
We'll like them. We'll like them, and
realise.
And we'll like them.
Yeah.
So there's layers to this game.
Liam, it's up to you to end this, so please do that. Goodbye, everyone.
Could you?
Okay. Thanks, everyone. Goodbye.
Bye.